All right, it has happened. Episode 10. We are at double digits at Bullheaded. I'm Chaz here with Bush and Zhu, and it is a very special day from when we are recording. So, as you guys know, we do episodes on our podcast on Monday, but we live stream this podcast on our YouTube channel on Thursdays. And today, Thursday, it is the NBA Draft Lottery. We will find out who is going to be getting the number one pick, who is going to be getting the last pick from all the lotto teams. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to spice up this episode with a little shimmy shake. We're going to do two debates, and then I'm going to let Zoo and P. Bush watch the lottery and get their live reactions to how it goes, because we got two Bulls fans here. I know as a Knicks fan, it's going to be horrific for me, so I'm just going to tap out before it even starts. But it should be a good one no matter what, because we got NBA all day with the playoffs, quadruple headers non-stop. So in this week's episode, you can guarantee basketball is going to be the main focus. So without further ado, let's hop right into this debate. First one, sticking in the playoffs. It's going to be, who do you guys think has been the best playoff performer so far? Who has the best playoff performance? This could be a team. It could be a player. It could really be open to your interpretation. But P. Bush, I'm going to look at you first. Who or what team has the best playoff performance so far in the bubble that we've seen?
You know, Chaz, it's a good question, because I feel like a lot of people might choose Lillard, a lot of people might choose Harden. I'm going to go with a surprise playoff performance so far, and with my boy Nikola Vucevic in Game 1 against the Bucks. Man, this guy showed up and showed out. He does not get enough credit. He's obviously on arguably the worst team in the bubble playoffs in the Magic. Doesn't really have much help. Markelle Fultz is really young. This man comes out.
He's really bad. He's just bad.
Yeah, he's just bad. Yeah. This man comes out against the best team in the league, one of the best defensive, if not the best defensive team in the league, and steals Game 1 by dropping 35 and 14 on Brook Lopez and held him to under 10 points at the same time, shot 60% from the field, and he made I think 4 of 7 threes or something like that. The guy was popping off, and everyone was so taken aback by just the Magic's ability, mainly Vucevic, obviously. But I was so caught off guard watching that game, and I was like, this guy needs to start getting some more credit for putting that team into the playoffs and carrying them past arguably the best team in the league. It was a mind-blowing game to watch. This game that is just ending right now might be a little different. He still obviously had a monster game, but it's going to be tough to beat the Bucks in a series.
Man, Nikola, shout out to Nikolas. I love all the Nikolas in the NBA. They all ballers, man. You got Nikola Mirotic, Nikola Vucevic, man. Shout outs to them. But, man, it's so easy. It's Luka Doncic, Don, man. This dude's unbelievable, man. Holy cow. You got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George guarding you as elite wing defenders. And you know what he does? He drops a 42-piece. Easy money, man.
Easy.
Dude, this guy's shooting 45% from three. 45% from three, 55% from the field, man. And he getting dimes like it's nothing, man. Luka Doncic, as a 21-year-old, is the greatest 21-year-old basketball player I've ever seen in my entire life. He's a little chubby. I don't know how he gets in the paint all day. He's a little chubby, but he gets in the paint. He does that little dribble pass move, slow down so your butt backs into them so they can't affect your shot. He got the light touch with the light floaters, man. The layup game is good. The floater game is good. My Lord, this dude, he making the Clippers look silly. He making them look silly, man.
His arsenal is one of the best I've ever seen. I mean, the guy can do anything, and he's not, like you said, Zoo, he's kind of chubby, dude. Like, he's obviously not fat, but he's so shifty. He can make cuts so easily in and out. Doesn't matter. This guy just pops off, can get where he wants on the floor. He can bully people down in the paint too. People are not just going to, be able to stop and take a charge or whatever. He's shifty enough to get around them, or he could just plow through you. He's got everything in his arsenal, and I'm just surprised by his basketball IQ at this age. I mean, he's obviously gotten some good experience earlier in his career when he was like a teenager in Spain playing in professional leagues. So he may have a one-up when it comes to maturity, having started that young. But, dude, this guy's on a mission. He could upset the Clippers, man. It's very possible. That Kristaps ejection in Game 1 really threw him off a bit.
That was so sad, man.
It was such a bad call. Such a bad call. But, dude, Luka has been balling. That's an understatement.
Dude, he played like an MVP in his second year?
Yeah.
He legitimately is playing like a most valuable player right now. Because I watch him play. He's better than Paul George by like, there's like a gap between him and Paul George already, man.
Yep.
And like I see him paired up against Kawhi Leonard. He's holding his own. He looks like he's better than Kawhi Leonard. Offensively, I think he's a better player than Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, offensively.
His ability to pass, and man, Steph Curry looking like Steph Curry right now, man. Holy cow, man.
Same with Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway. Yeah, Chaz, you remember Tim Hardaway on your Knicks? Embarrassing.
He stinks.
He comes to the Mavericks. I'm like, ooh, this dude popping threes, being a good athlete, getting into the paint. My Lord, man, like Finney Smith, man, who's that small forward? Never even heard of that dude. And that dude popping threes, man, and playing defense, man. Kleber? Who the heck is Kleber? That dude plays defense. He's athletic. I'm like, that dude popping threes. Because legitimately, their entire offense, they run 5 3-point shooters.
Yep.
Because obviously, Kristaps as center can shoot 3, and they just have 5 shooters, so the paint is always open. That's why Luka Doncic could just go 1-on-1 or have an easy pick and roll because the paint is so open. It's like a better version of what the Rockets are doing. Because you got Kristaps as the unicorn who can play defense and shoot threes. I'm just like, my Lord, the Mavericks are so lucky they got this dynamic duo because they taking the Knicks. They taking the Knicks. They traded Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. and I'm picking some irrelevant players.
2 first rounders.
2 first rounders.
Okay, 2 first rounders.
Well, they ain't gonna be in the lottery. They're gonna be some late first rounders, man. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man, what a heist! Because Kristaps is playing like an all-star, like consensus all-star every year now. Like 20, easy 20, man. And that jump shot, beautiful. That dude got like the prettiest jump shot for a 7-footer, man. He got he got a little dribble too, man. He got a little dribble moves, a little setback. I'm like, Jesus. My Lord. Laurie Marketing, take some notes from Kristaps the unicorn. Jesus Christ.
I wish Laurie Markkinen was the 2.0 Kristaps. That's kind of what people compared him to, but that went down the drain a while ago. But dude, I just wanted to make this point that putting Luka in the most improved award category, top 3, is blasphemous. Okay, that he should be an MVP contention. And I don't know why. There's no reason for him to be considered most improved when he's been playing at arguably an MVP level since the time he was 19, 20. It blows my mind that he's even considered to be most improved, right? Sure, maybe statistically, but he's been playing on that high level.
Well, even Luka said he shouldn't be there.
Right.
Yeah, said Devontae Graham. Yes, Devontae Graham went from a guy that might get waived to a starter. That's a big jump. Luka went from an all-star caliber player to a superstar. Like, that's like a 1-year difference, man.
He's great either way.
Yeah, dude. He getting a max regardless. Like Devontae Graham.
Obviously.
That was such an obvious pick, man. I don't know. Some of these voting, I'm just like, I don't know what people are smoking when they're voting, man. Sometimes like these ESPN voters or New York, I don't know who's voting. Like, I really want to know who's voting sometimes, man, because I want to put these guys on blast, man, for some of these picks.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, watching Luka play is so fun. I mean, I think that the best series right now to be watching is the Clippers and the Mavericks by far. Obviously, Lillard's doing his thing with the Blazers, but I think the Lakers will end up kind of, honing them in, and I think Lillard may come back to earth. Maybe not, but I don't think it'll come to the Blazers winning the series. But, dude, I think, the Clippers, like you said, Zoo, Paul George has not been playing that well. He had a decent first game. Game 2 yesterday, oh man, that was an ugly game from him, man. Playoff PG hasn't shown up since the Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat back in 2014, man. That was the last time he really showed up, in my opinion. And Kawhi obviously had a great game too, but I'm interested to see. I think that series could go to 7. I think the Clippers, obviously they have more experience, but dude, Doncic, he may will his team. And like you said, Zoo, he can literally do anything and everything on the court. So you never want to count him out. Yeah. Never.
Watching this boy play, absolutely one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my entire life, man. One of the greatest. Dude, in his second year, he's playing better than MVP Derrick Rose. And I'm the biggest D-Rose fan ever, man. I'm the biggest D-Rose. Man, look at that jersey. Look at this jersey. I love D-Rose. He does not dominate a game like Luka Doncic, man, because he's bigger. when big defenders in the playoffs guard this dude, he just bodies them, man. He just bodies, uses that European strength and just gets in the body. Man, he's making these athletes look weak out there, man. This guy's 21. I don't know what he's eating, but he's a grown man already. Like 230 as a 21-year-old. Have mercy, man. I don't know how this guy get any better. Except that 3-point shot, a little sus.
The only thing is he may have to work on his defensive end, obviously a little bit, but partially that has to do with him just doing everything on the offensive end and taking his energy away to having to guard, a Lou Williams or a PG even. I think that they kind of had him switching onto Kawhi Leonard a bit too. Maybe that was more of the Clippers' game plan, but you could see him struggling a bit. But dude, if he's putting up 35 to 40 points per game in the playoffs, I really don't think it matters that much as long as his other teammates are helping out, which it seems like they clearly are as long as they're not getting ejected.
Oh man, that was sad, man. That was sad. But I feel like the refs got their stuff together now. Hopefully no more ejections for superstar players. These playoffs have been beautiful. These playoffs have been beautiful to watch.
They've been arguably some of the best NBA playoffs I've seen in a long time. Role players are hitting huge shots. They're posterizing people. We got Alex Caruso posterizing people, man. It's great to see. I'm just happy that the NBA's, come back and has actually been able to put it all together during these tough times.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
So before we move to the next topic, I'm going to throw another one out there because I thought one of you guys would definitely take it. It's Donovan Mitchell dropping 57 points in the first game.
He lost, though.
His fault.
Okay. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell, 57 points. I was watching that. That was beautiful.
It was a beautiful
mid-range. But what knocked me out, I might have picked Donovan. But he had an 8-second violation, man. He had a brain fart. I was watching. I was like, why is he? He's like, oh my Lord, what are you doing? He was dilly-dallying. Dude, what was he doing? He turned the ball over, an unforced turnover. That was just a brain fart. It makes sense. The dude was carrying the offense like legit. He had no help at all. No Bogdanovich, just nobody, man. You got no Conley. Like he was primary ball handler and primary scorer. So that dude was everything. That dude was just tired. I feel bad for Donovan, but they got a game back. They beat the Nuggets, man.
They did.
They're tied up too. Yeah. They beat them by almost like 20 points. I'm like, impressive. Yeah,
they won by like 18, 19.
Dude, that's impressive. Like, shout out to Donovan Mitchell, especially bouncing back. Because I could easily have seen after dropping 57 and then losing, you could just lose all motivation. Because in your head, you're like, what more can I do? Come on, Utah. Like, give me some more support. But they bounced back, got a dub. Two young teams out there in the West, man. It's going to be interesting because I think between those teams, man, I feel like it's a pick-up, man. The talent difference is not that big.
Both great coaches, too.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Quinn Snyder, man.
Quinn Snyder's been beasting.
So that goes into the next topic pretty well of, we've gone about 2 games in for each of these playoff series. What do you guys think is the biggest potential upset that could happen? We have 8 series ongoing. All of them are relatively close, albeit 2 games in. But Zhu, let's go to you first. What do you think is the most likely upset to go on?
For me, technically, it's an upset because they're the lower seed. But in my head, it was so obvious. Shout out to Jimmy Buckets, man. Jimmy Buckets with the white snipers out there, man. Those white snipers are getting it done. Shout out to them, man. But the Miami Heat, dude, they just physically, mentally, I think they're just the tougher team. Like, if you look at the Indiana Pacers, man, the Indiana Pacers, Oladipo, he got poked in the eye. The Indiana Pacers, I am shocked how well they played in the regular season in the bubble. Like, if you look at that roster, man, nothing special, man. Just nothing special. I look at that roster and compare it to a lot of teams in the West, in the top 8 and the top 10, just mediocre, man. Shout out to TJ Warren for averaging 30 points in the bubble, adding that new talent to that starting lineup. But if you look at that roster, man, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they lose in 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
4 or 5 games. I feel like Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler as the leader. This guy's a true alpha, man. This guy's a dog, man. I know. Shout out to Jimmy Buckets, man. I miss you. I miss you so much. Jimmy Butler out there in South Beach getting it done. And you know who else misses Jimmy Butler's alpha leadership? The Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, yeah.
What a joke, man. They paid Tobias Harris. They paid Al Horford. But Jimmy Butler, man, should have given – oh, man, dude, that
too
is
much ego.
Dude, I don't know. I take all that ego, man. He deserves the ego, man. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying too much ego between him and Embiid on the same team. I think that was too much for them. And Embiid was their guy, man. They brought Jimmy Butler in, but they drafted Embiid. Jimmy Butler was like,
Jimmy Butler's better than Joel Embiid.
Jimmy Butler's best center in the league a couple podcasts ago.
You know my thoughts about the center position, the most irrelevant position in basketball.
You called him Hakeem Olajuwon 2.0. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty high credential to give him, man. And you're going to say Jimmy Butler?
We're in a new age, man.
Oh my
Shaq
God.
and Hakeem in the new era is less relevant. Not their fault. Part of the rules. You got to go with the rules, and I'm taking ball handlers and wing players, and Jimmy Butler's a two-way player that can get buckets in the clutch. He's an ISO scorer. He's a terrific passer in double teams. So when he drives and kicks, he's a great drive and kick basketball player. Like Jimmy Butler has evolved. Like he was like a nice all-star. Now he's like getting close to superstar level, man. He's this close to superstar level. Shout out to Jimmy Butler, man, because this guy with the Miami Heat, bunch of young guys, like half the team's like super young, man.
Yeah,
especially the starters.
It's him and Dragic, really. That's like and Dragic has been playing well.
Oh, he's been balling, man.
Yeah, he's trying to resurge his career, man.
The Dragon, man, the Dragon with those 3-point snipers, man. Holy cow, man. He got 20 points and a half in a playoff game. Shout out the Dragon, man. But
yeah, I think dude. The Miami Heat, man. Dude, they've been playing well, but like you said, I think most people would have picked them, but the Pacers technically were the better team. But dude, Jimmy Butler's just got the leadership. He's arguably in my opinion, the second best two-way player in the league behind Kawhi Leonard. But I know we were just talking about him. It's technically another upset, but you could put it as a toss-em as well. I'm going to go with the Jazz over the Nuggets, man. I think that they could eventually win in 6 or 7 games. Sticking with the whole Donovan Mitchell thing, watching him and Jamal Murray go back and forth has been special to watch. That's definitely a new budding point guard, shooting guard comparison between the two. They're very like-minded teams in the sense that they can score the ball, but they're both very well coached. They're both very good on the defensive end. But it's also been fun to watch Gobert and Jokic go head-to-head because Jokic is one of the shiftiest, quickest big men in the league.
He's killing him.
Yeah, but Gobert's big, dude, and he came up with some huge block shots, especially in Game 1 to force overtime, putting that hand right in Jokic's face, forcing that OT. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell had that brain fart like we were talking about with the backcourt violation. But dude, I think the Nuggets. There are some times when I'm watching them and I'm like, who can they give the ball and just know that he can put it in the bucket when they need him to. Jamal Murray seems like he can do that once in a while, but I trust Donovan Mitchell more to do that. And if Mike Conley's able to come back, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it back for the series or not.
You project Game 3. He can make
Game 3. He'll be back for Game 3. That's huge. That is huge, dude. Now Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to be the primary ball handler. He can play his normal game. He can come off screens, can hit his threes, drive the ball. He loves slashing, and he's a great finisher. I don't know. I think the Jazz are going to be one of the most interesting teams to watch because obviously they would end up playing the Clippers or Mavericks, right? Mm-hmm. So if the Jazz move on and the Mavericks were able to get an upset, I don't think I would pick the Mavericks, but watching Doncic and Mitchell or Mitchell and Kawhi Leonard go head to head, I think the Jazz are one of the most interesting teams to watch and definitely are very underappreciated, especially when a guy is able to put up 57 for your team. You should take him seriously.
Oh man, do you know why I'm rooting against the Jazz? To piss off Donovan Mitchell, so one day he could be a future Chicago Bull. He's on my recruiting list too. This dude, Donovan Mitchell, man, he's like a young D Wade. That's what I like, man. That's what I like. A young D Wade. Yeah. This guy, he has a better jump shot.
Better jump
shot, man. Like his 3-point shot. Like, oh my Lord. Like, I don't know how he added that 3-point jump shot because in college he was like really bad.
It was ugly,
like, dude. He was a defensive player, man. That was his role on a team, and he was able to pivot to an offensive star. Which shout outs to Donovan Mitchell because that pivot from pretty much the Jimmy Butler from a defensive player to a perennial all-star. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell. Shout out to the Jazz. They're in a relevant city.
They made a great pick in him. Dude. One of the most underrated picks in the last couple of years, in my opinion.
You're in the teens, man. That's when you got GMs, man. That's where you make your money.
Yeah,
that's where you make your money, man. Like especially drafting that late and being able to execute and you got the best player in the draft with such a late pick. Come on, man. Shout outs to them to get a star. They deserve everything.
Yeah, and I like the Jazz's mentality too. It seems like they're just focused in. You know, they don't really care about, like you said, Zoo. They're not in a major city, so they're not getting all that media attention all the time. They don't really have like a proven superstar, even though Mitchell's like right on the cusp, if not already there. But they don't have a guy who's always getting interviewed all the time. Like a Zion might even be interviewed, even though he's in New Orleans. The Jazz just really don't have that, and they're just playing their game. They know that they were technically the underdog against these Nuggets. I don't know. It could go 6 or 7. It's going to be great because they forced overtime in game 1. They arguably should have won that game too.
Oh yeah.
And then they blew them out in the second game. So they've been in the first game and then blew out the second game. I'm interested to see how game 3 goes. Let's see if the Nuggets can kind of gather themselves and turn it around. But my pick is the Jazz as an upset this year.
I like that pick. Especially Michael Porter went off too, 28 points. Nikola Jokic went off too, 28 points. So these are your 2 of your top 3 scorers just having great games and still annihilating. Like they dropped 124 on the Nuggets, man. That's impressive, man. Because I thought after that first game, I thought their spirits were broken. Yeah, I legitimately thought they may go down 0-2, but responding to that's some mental toughness right there. Shout out to the Jazz.
Yeah, they've been great.
So I don't know if you guys are also checking out. The lottery is going on right now. So I'm going to leave this to you guys now. Our last topic is around the actual live reactions to the draft lottery. So make sure you guys have it up and running. Let me know when you guys got that on, and I'll step back and let you guys just take the reins.
Okay, man. I'm hyped. Let me see these lottery.
Let's see this, man. I'm interested.
You guys might be happy with the Bulls. I'm not happy with the Knicks.
They're going to be top 4, apparently.
The Knicks got the 8th pick.
Man.
Absolutely brutal,
dude.
That's such a bad pick.
The Knicks would have. I think the Knicks would have, if they would have gotten a top pick, they should have probably gone for a guard, right? Like in an Anthony Edwards to pair with an RJ Barrett. Edwards. I was going to say
Anthony
that maybe
Edwards probably wouldn't because he's not a point. The Knicks need a point
That's
guard.
True. That's true.
So
You wouldn't take Anthony Edwards as a combo
for the Knicks. I think he's the best player in the draft, but he doesn't fit with the Knicks. You already have RJ Barrett.
That's true.
Bro, you can't.
James Wiseman.
You can't look at position, Chaz. You can't look at position, Chaz. You got to build young talent, man. The Knicks
they have no point guards, no wings other than Barrett, and they have a center. So there's no point in getting another. I mean, James Wiseman might be the exception. I would not get Obi Toppin.
What about Denny Avdija as a point guard? He could slip to 8. The Israeli dude.
The Israeli guy. Oh man, we got Luka Doncic fever, man. I remember when this happened.
He'll be around the 8th spot. He'll be around the 8th spot. He's projected. He was actually projected to go to the Bulls, Zoo, by a lot of people if it would have gone in order of record, right? Like the Bulls, I think would have been 7th or 8th. They were saying because the Bulls need a point guard, right, or a guard, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe White, I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know your thoughts on him, Zoo, but.
Yeah, no,
dude,
I think this is some Luka fever right now.
That's fair.
Every European player now. This happened the year after the Knicks got Kristaps Porzingis, who turns out to be a stud. Skinny dude, looks like a stud. Do you know what happens next year? Dragon Bender gets drafted as a top 5 pick, man, by the Phoenix Suns, and that dude's a bust, man. I'm sorry. Hitting on 2 European players in a row, back-to-back years, it's just odds, man. Odds of that happening, it is tough, man. Luka's special. Dude. Luka's an outlier, and this Israeli guy. Come on, man. If he's the next Luka, I want the Bulls right now, man. Shout out to him, man, if that happens. But man,
dude, Cavs getting the 5th spot, man. They had a 14% chance of getting the number 1, man.
Yeah, that's rough.
They dropped to 5th. Hawks dropping 2 down to 6. Detroit, dude.
No, Bulls are in top 4, right?
The Bulls are guaranteed top 4 right now. Let's go.
Let's go. LaMelo Ball, here we come.
I was just going to say, Zoo, who you picking if the Bulls have?
Ball. I'm taking LaMelo Ball now. We need a point guard that can pass. We need a guy that can pass the ball to all the shooters, man. He's a 6'7" point guard. I'm just praying he can fix that 3-point shot. That 3-point shot is horrendous. But hopefully, I'm praying he's the next Luka Doncic.
Oh my god!
I know he's not. I'm praying.
Put it on record.
No,
Zoo just said it's
I'm
going to be
not.
the next Luka.
Don't jinx that, man. Don't jinx it, dude. All right, look, LaMelo has. I will say that he can pass the ball. Watching his high school highlights, he was obviously, everybody knew him from that, pulling up from half court. I think playing overseas was arguably the best decision that he made. Kind of similarly following Luka, obviously not as that big of a team as a Real Madrid in Spain. But I think that helped with his maturity, helped with his IQ, his decision making. I remember reading something that Lonzo said his best attribute is his decision making. And I was like, really, at that young of an age? But like you said, Zoo, his passing is crucial. It's much improved. He just needs to work on his jump shot a bit. It's got that, I don't know about the Ball family, man, but their jump shots are all weird. they all just visually look atrocious.
Dude, I don't know what they were doing. I think they were lifting too much at a younger age, man. Just mess up their form, man.
Honestly, man, I don't know what it was. They all look like Ronnie Brewer out there shooting a basketball with the elbow tucked away. I don't know. I don't know what to think about him, but I think I agree, Zoo. The Bulls do definitely need a ball handler, a point guard.
We got the fourth pick.
We got the fourth pick. Yeah. Dude.
Listen, consider yourself lucky, dude. You can't be upset with that.
Do you think Weissman would drop?
I do not want Wiseman.
Why?
Why?
Dude.
Why not? He's great.
You know my philosophies about centers, man. Centers don't win. They don't win championships. And we got two centers ready that are pretty average. I like Gafford. I like Wendell Carter as nice centers. But, man, I don't want no centers. I want to win. Dude, go.
Yeah.
Dude, let me see. Golden State got second.
Oh, my God.
I mean, T-Wolves get first?
Dude, the Timberwolves? Oh, my God.
That'll be interesting.
Timberwolves got the number
D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, and Cat?
No, dude. This is what I would think.
They're not taking LaMelo.
They're going to take Weissman. They're going to take Weissman, and let me tell you why. They want Cat. Because they have D'Angelo Russell at point, right? They got rid of Wiggins. They got rid of a couple other players. I'm not remembering exactly who, but D'Angelo Russell and Cat are kind of running that team. But Cat is better playing on the perimeter than he is down low. They need another guy that allows Cat to play on the perimeter. And not only that, but have 2 7-footers on the floor at the same exact time.
Sounds like Al Horford with Joel Embiid, man. That sounds like that disaster.
Horford's like 35, man. Weissman's 19, 20 years old coming into the league.
Can't play perimeter defense.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about offensively. He can guard power forwards still. Not all power forwards are playing out on the perimeter. Some are. In the NBA, that's true. But dude, Cat is better offensively out on the wings, and I think that by bringing Weissman in, that would help him. I think LaMelo Ball playing with D'Angelo Russell. I don't know how that would go, man. They're both kind of black holes on offense.
The Timberwolves, I do not think they're going to take LaMelo Ball. The Warriors will not take LaMelo Ball.
Why?
They will. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson?
Dude,
Andy, didn't you just say don't draft for position?
When you're a title contender, you draft for position. When you're a scrubby team like the Bulls and the Knicks, you got to get talent. The Warriors got talent. They are stacked.
They're a win now. They're a win now mentality. Yeah. So they need a guy as a final piece.
They might trade the pick.
I was going to say that they should trade it. I think that they should trade the pick or pick Weissman and have a 7-footer. Because they've never played with a good 7-footer. They've always had Zaza Pachulia, Andrew Bogut, who was the other? Festus Ezeli playing on their teams, man. No hate on Festus, man. But if they have a solid big man that could give them 15 and 10 a game, they really haven't had that. And that'd be scary to pair with the Splash Brothers, man, along with the Draymond Green as a central offensive mind, running the offense.
Yeah. So Timberwolves.
But the Timberwolves, man.
Who are they going to take? Anthony Edwards? You think that's going to happen?
They probably should.
D'Angelo Russell's a combo guard.
And
Anthony Edwards is another combo guard. So
he's the best player in the draft. He and Wiseman.
Is that consensus?
Yeah, it's consensus.
I know it's like consensus. Right? Yeah. The Hornets, man. They might swoop LaMelo Ball. They need some excitement.
Well, they don't their point guard right now. Terry Rozier.
Oh, they got Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham.
Devontae Graham's more of he's a point guard.
He's a shooting guard.
He's a combo guy. Yeah, he's definitely a bucket guy.
He'd rather spot up.
LaMelo could be a future Bull, baby.
He could drop.
Yeah, right? I think that's actually realistic.
Do you think the Bulls would trade the pick with the Warriors?
If they want someone like real bad, I would trade up. If they really want someone, if they have if 8K got high conviction for a dude, go for it. You gotta go for it right now, man.
They have much better management.
First time we got a top 4 pick, man. We got 7 for 3 straight years.
Three straight years. Unlucky.
That's
and
crazy.
It's lucky number 7 too, dude, and it never turned out well for us. This is interesting. I didn't expect the Timberwolves. I mean, obviously the Timberwolves were the third team to have a 14% chance, up there with the Warriors and the Cavs. I'm surprised the Cavs dropped that far.
Screw the Cavs, man.
The Bulls made a high jump, man. They jumped 4 spots.
So here's
3
the
spots.
full standings from what we got. From 14-1, it's Celtics from the Grizzlies, Pelicans, Kings, Spurs, Suns, Wizards, Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, Cavs, Bulls, Hornets, Warriors, T-Wolves.
Man,
That's the top 14.
that was a quick lottery.
Yeah, usually it takes like 5 seconds for them to announce everything. Pretty much.
They intro every person who's there for an hour.
Oh my God, I hate.
And here's the
pregame
little
shows,
Cavaliers kid, and he is going to be helping us out today. Oh, and here's Devontae Graham. He's got his lucky dog. Like I don't give a shit about that.
The lucky bow or whatever they wear, like lucky
Dude,
bow
that
tie
the Cavs, that kid got the Cavs like 3 first overall picks. So I would keep putting him out there too if I were the Cavs.
Dan Gilbert's son. That's Dan Gilbert's son.
Dude, I feel bad. Cleveland is just just bad, man.
Stop it, man. LeBron gave him a title. They got
no,
a title,
I mean,
man.
I just mean like right now, that team just. Colin Sexton, I don't know. He's all right.
Sucks,
yeah, he's not that great.
I'm happy the Bulls didn't get him.
You wanna bet to make it Vegas for who the Knicks will take at 8? This is who I'm riding with them at 8.
Ooh, I gotta look, man.
I'm not sure.
I will take it right now. It's Cole Anthony.
If they pick Cole, that'd be a good
guard out
pick.
of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Pretty much like the Bulls. Who the Bulls were last year?
Kobe White,
right? Combo guard, big guard, bucket getter.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. I think Cole Anthony is 6'4", 6'3".
He's 6'3". Apparently his dad said that he, quote, had a horrible season last year. I was reading that earlier, trying to hype up his son that he'll be better in the league.
Yeah, the Knicks gonna draft Cole Anthony.
That's my guess.
You think that'd be a good fit?
I mean, listen, they've been needing a point guard for literally years. Frank Ntilikina is not the point guard of the future.
True.
I do like Frank, but he is not a starting point guard.
He's a good backup.
Yeah, he's a great defender, but that's really it. So I think they've needed a point guard for a long time. I think the draft as a whole is really shitty, especially outside of the top 4. Like after that, you're like, wow, this is awful.
There's no consensus. There's no it really just depended on the seeding of the lottery, and that was going to kind of dictate who's going where because of needs.
Picks 1 and 2 are really, that's it. After that, it's needs. So it's consensus are Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman. People have been talking about Obi Toppin, or however we pronounce his last name.
I remember he got some highlight dunks. That's all I know about that guy.
He was a beast at Dayton.
But that's really it. Like after that, the draft class is pretty booty.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's who I'd say the Knicks take at 8. I think it should be Cole Anthony, which is you wait another year. Like you really need top 2 to kill it, and they didn't get top 2. So Here we go again. 16 and 50, whatever, 60 something. Who knows?
Another year, another dollar for James Dolan.
Oh, I hate that guy. I really do hate that guy.
Hey, I'm just happy that the Bulls got a top 5 pick.
Yeah, man. I'm hyped, baby. LaMelo Ball, baby, come to the Bulls. We need some excitement at the point guard position, man. 6'7" point guard.
Let's say the top 3 goes Edwards, Weissman, and LaMelo Ball, who Andy you seem to love so much. Who would you guys want then at 4? Because that's probably the most realistic play out.
Onyeka Okongwu, man. Okongwu, man, he could be solid. I mean, he's not. I don't know. I mean, if all those players are gone, like you said, I mean, he's 6'9", 250. He's a big dude. I mean, obviously he can play. He's not a center, Zoo. He's a power forward, right? So he fits a little bit more into your current NBA play.
Yeah, you need perimeter skills to be relevant.
But he played with LaMelo. at Chino Hills, man. Him and LaMelo were teammates in high school,
That's crazy.
along with Lonzo as well. Yeah, so he's played with some solid talent. Obviously, they won't end up on the same team, but I think that if the Bulls really want to make a huge pick this year, they should trade up with the Warriors. I think that's what they should end up doing if they really want to make an impact.
We cannot end up with Obi Toppin at power forward.
No, I agree.
Sad. And we got Obi Toppin. We already got a power forward that we're trying to develop. We don't need another one, man. We need a point guard.
Exactly.
Obi White is going to be the sixth man of the future. He's just Lou Will, younger Lou Will. That's his role. Great. That's a great. You could win a championship with that guy off the bench. So you get LaMelo Ball, and you pray you develop that dude into the next Luka Doncic.
Oh my God.
6'7" point guard, baby. Dude, let's go. Oh man, kicking out to all the shooters. Alley-oop to Zach LaVine. Oh man, I can see LaMelo in a Bulls uniform, man.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be beautiful. Ball in the family. Welcome to Chicago, man.
Dude, I think the Balls are such a risk, man.
They are. I think he'll be
all the pressure on the world because of their dad, and now they're on all the spotlight. Dude, Lonzo was a number 2 pick, and he sucks.
Yeah,
but he was really talented.
Worst starter in the bubble.
Do you think he's going to be better than his brother, LaMelo?
Yes, of course. He's going to be the best ball. But that's not saying much.
Okay, Lonzo is a good defender and passer and rebound. You can actually play him 20 minutes a game. That's what he's like a borderline starter and bench guy. That's his role. So if LaMelo Ball is better than that, he could be an actual starter. I'm taking that dude. I want a starting 6'7" point guard. He just get some muscle. He can pass. He got all the natural instinct. Mike Schmitz from ESPN, highest talent. I love talent. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Bulls need some talent.
Roll the dice, and you hope you hit the lottery with LaMelo Ball.
Yep. I don't think he's going to drop to 4, so I think that they will need to make a trade. And we all know Michael Jordan ain't making a trade with the Bulls with the Hornets to move up to 3. So,
dude,
it'll be the Warriors if anything.
Hornets, dude, before the Bulls, man. I'll be real sad, man, because I'm looking at NBADraft.net. Yeah, a bunch of irrelevant guys, man. I'm just saying, nah. Power forward. I don't want.
No one that catches the eye.
Isaac Okoro can't shoot threes, man. I need a guy that can get buckets, man. I want a game changer. You got the 4th overall. Make a miracle, AK. Make a miracle happen.
Yep.
We gotta get out of this. We gotta get out of this lottery, man.
Hey, how many years I'm just happy with the 4th, man. I'm just happy with the 4th. We'll see how it goes.
It's a beautiful day. The luck wore off, baby. Let's go, man. I so thought we were gonna get the 7th pick again. Like I know. I put money on that we're gonna get the 8th pick, man. I'm so happy I was wrong. I was so happy I was wrong, man.
Best $20 you ever lost.
It was only $10. Yes, okay. The best $10 I've ever lost, man. The best $10 I've ever lost, and the Bulls are gonna get LaMelo Ball from Chino Hills. Let's go. Oh man, so man, come on. You guys are not a believer.
Well, I'll say not really, but I've got to hop off. I could keep you guys going on, or we could wrap this episode if you want. We've got the reactions done. Looks like we're getting the thumbs up. So, guys, that's been our episode for Bullheaded this week. Episode 10 is officially in the books. I've been Chaz here with P. Bush and Zhu. If you checked us out on the YouTube live stream, we appreciate you checking it out early. All we ask is you drop a sub so you stay up to date on every time we do this pod. And if you saw the reaction and debate on our podcast on Monday and onwards, whether that be Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, you name a major podcasting platform, and we're there. All that we ask is you drop a 5-star on whatever platform that is, and leave a comment of what you enjoyed about the show so we know what to do, continue moving forward to give you the best stuff. So, guys, that's it for the NBA for this week. Next week, we'll have even more playoff updates to share. But until then, guys, we love you. Stay safe, stay heated, and we'll talk to you next week.